Baywatch, not just a television programme, this was a cultural phenomenon. Phenomenon? Phenomenon. Red swimsuits, slow motion running, Pamela Anderson. Need I say any more? Where is everyone? We're about to find out. We're going to run through quick fire. Let's see where they are. Or let's have a cast breakdown. First up, David Hasselhoff, the unofficial dad of Baywatch, and probably the most famous person from it. But he was already a celebrity before Baywatch. He did Knight Rider before Baywatch. He did a bunch of other stuff. So David Hasselhoff already had a name. This just skyrocketed him. So that was him then. Where is he now? He continued acting. He did some singing. So if you Google David Hasselhoff songs, he's done a lot of different songs. He was very big in Germany actually. They loved him, they loved his music, they loved everything about him. In Germany, David Hasselhoff is like American #1. It's crazy. He also did a lot of cameos and things like SpongeBob, the movie, if you remember that. That was a brilliant movie, the first one. I think they've got like 5 movies now. Then everything kind of went a little downward spiral. He got very much into drinking and he started battling alcoholism, and things got a bit violent, and there was some home footage of him being leaked online of him not being a very nice drunk. So that went very well. But then he went rehab. He did a couple of stints in rehab and everything was on the up and up again. After that, he kind of keeps out of the public eye now. He married someone much younger than he is, but they seem to be having a fantastic time, and that is David Hasselhoff. Moving on to Pamela Anderson, the face of Baywatch, became a global sex symbol. Most watched woman on television at the time, I reckon. I don't really know, I was a young whippersnapper, but there we go. Anyway, she had multiple marriages, she was very much in the public eye, so I'm gonna skim through her then, assuming that you know everything about. If not, watch the movie, or was it a television programme? Watch the programme Pam and Tommy. I think it was Disney Plus, or it might be Amazon Prime, but it's very good. She didn't endorse that show herself. It's basically how she met Tommy Lee, and she had the whole video leak thing, which was, that's like a whole new video in itself, so we'll just leave that. Basically, after that, she went on the down low for a lot of years. She stayed out of the public eye. It really wasn't good for her. She's a bit of an animal rights activist. She lived in France for years, and then she moved to Canada. In 2023, she released a memoir and her own Netflix documentary, which was after the release of Pam and Tommy. And since then, she's actually kind of been looking like she did all right. Her downfall, unlike David Hasselhoff, was very public, but she seems to be doing good now. She had a rough time for a lot of years, and now she's fine-ish, I would imagine. Well, I hope she is. Moving on, toYasmine Bleeth. She played one of the most popular female lifeguards. She also starred in something called Nash Bridges and Titans. What happened to her? She disappeared from the spotlight after a serious cocaine addiction in the early 2000s. So much like David Hasselhoff, she was battling her own addiction, but not with drink this time. This was more drug related. In 2001, she was arrested for, you could probably guess, drug possession. Then she went to rehab as well. Not the same one as David Hasselhoff, a different rehab. After that, she kind of completely retreated from Hollywood. She stayed out of the public eye completely. This was her when she was last photographed in the public, looking pretty much completely unrecognisable, but like I said, it's been a long time. Next up, we've got Mr. Cody Madison. Not his real name was David Chokachi. Chokachi? I don't know, I just know him as Cody. He continued acting afterwards, low budget TV, movies and reality shows. He did something called Celebrity Fit Club, and he occasionally appears in like Baywatch related things. He's pretty much had the most steady career after Baywatch. He just never really, he was never like the main guy, he was never the main person in Baywatch, so he never did anything quite as big. It's like he went up here to do Baywatch, and then he just kind of came. But he's, compared to how a lot of other people's lives went, he's doing A-OK. He was working on a lot of things. If you look at his IMDb page, he probably does about 3 or 4 new projects every year. So he's very much in acting. He seems to very much enjoy it, and he's very much continuing the career. Moving on, Jeremy Jackson. He played Mitch's son, and he was the youngest regular on the show. Him, much like a lot of the other cast, much like 50% of what we spoke about so far, struggled with addiction in his teens and his 20s. He was actually kicked off Celebrity Brother after inappropriate behaviour. And then things got worse after that. After the Celebrity Big Brother incident, he was arrested for stabbing a man in an alleged robbery attempt. That was 2015. He served jail time, later claimed to be sober and working in fitness. So very good, but once again, but maybe the biggest downfall so far. I mean, getting kicked off television, addiction, stabbing a man, jail, but he seems to be doing alright. Next up, Alexandra Paul, Stephanie Holden. She was one of the most serious roles in the show. She actually left acting to become an environmental activist. She was also arrested several times, but for peaceful protest. Unlike everyone else on this list who's seemingly been arrested, she was arrested in a peaceful way. She works as a life coach and a speaker, and she occasionally returns for little indie projects. So that's basically the main cast. I don't think anyone else is worth talking about. So sorry if you know someone who was in Baywatch who I've missed off the list, but that's where they are now. Most of them, addiction. A few of them, arrest warrants. One of them, jail time.